You know, I wouldn't be telling you the truth if I didn't say that I wasn't excited. I absolutely love it here. The entrance to the Erewash Canal, I don't think there's anything else like it on the system. And not just because the weather is absolutely glorious. I love it down here no matter the weather. I work nearby. But I heard something the other day. It's been the driest spell of a year in the last 90 years. I have to ask a question. For those people that actually believe that, were you alive in the 60s and 70s? Because I remember very different summers back then and a lot hotter than they are today. And longer. Call it what you want, global warming, global cooling. That sounds a little bit more like it. But let's not descend into madness here. We don't want that. This is the gentle life after all. And further to that, we are going to see weeks and weeks and weeks of glorious weather. And amen to that. I'm savouring every single moment here because I've looked forward to going through Lock 60 for quite a while. Now, I've been through it before several times, but when you come to appreciate the system for what it is and for what it gives you, you appreciate it even more. The Erewash Canal is not without its problems. Every canal system or every canal has them, but the Erewash has had its fair share of them. But we've got to be careful how it's reported. Some people have been denigrating it a little bit too much because, hey, clicks and views, right? Well, here we go then. The Erewash Canal is a wide canal. Now, rumour has it, and you probably heard me say it on the channel before, I don't like the wider canals. I just don't like wide beam boats. I just think narrow boats belong on canals, and the wide beams and all the wider vessels belong on rivers. It's just me. I don't mean to be nasty, I don't want to sound horrible, but it's just me. But with that being said, I just love the Erewash Canal.
There's a lot of debris on this gate. Wow, look at that. Look at that.
And the lock gates, battered and bruised as they are, they're still solid, but there's quite a lot of rot in some of the woodwork, so I'm sure that they are earmarked for replacement sometime in the near future. Control of the lock then, yes, we are on the starboard side, up against the wall there on the right hand side of your picture, and on the left hand side, the port side, we've opened the paddles to the lock that side to allow control of the boat inside the lock so it doesn't flay the boat all over the place. And obviously I'm holding on to the centre line as I've taken leave of the helm to secure the vessel up top. Unfortunately, even with opening the paddles on the port side, it is rather a leaky lock, and you probably notice water gushing in on the starboard side, but still got the boat under control. And here we are, vacating the lock that I've been looking so forward to coming through for quite some time now. And I'll touch on it briefly. We've got two public houses and a Victorian style cafe, all in the vicinity of one another, literally within striking distance, as they say.
I think Millsy will square it away anyway.
Yeah.
If we go there, he'll square it away anyway.
Yeah. Come to that one.
Yeah. Alright. Forget to drop this, baby.
Yeah, we were just curious as to where we could moor, but we know that Steve Mills would square it all away and make sure that if anybody come complaining about where we were moored prior to going into the dockyard, it wouldn't be a problem. We don't want to step on anybody's toes. After all, we're just tourists down here. Hello, good morning from the Erewash Canal. We've finally made it, we're here. The weather's going to be on our side. We're looking at 23 degrees today, probably even hotter during the rest of the week, and we've got quite a lot to get done. It's very exciting, and within an hour's time we're going to be in dry dock, and we're going to be prepping, and we're going to be on our way to blacking our boat and getting some essential maintenance work done. But the exciting part about it all is that we're in dry dock, and oh, if you keep looking, I believe you might see a different title sequence. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video, and not just any video, because we're on familiar ground on the Erewash Canal and we are going in for boat blacking. Oh, and there's some more talk about that video and that video coming soon. But I'm here with Levi and Diesel and my beautiful wife to not just capture those fantastic first 10 years of being on board, but to capture what it's like to be back in Sawley, back in Long Eaton, back in Nottingham for a dry dock experience that we've been talking about for the last 2 years. Because it isn't just dry dock and boat blacking and being at Mills's Dockyard on the Erewash Canal, it's being back down here in an area of the canal system that is absolutely draped in history. Come along for the next 2 videos while we show you what it's like to be in dry dock with our very latest out of the water experience. Do come on board. Crikey, the amount of times I've gone up these steps. The amount of times I went up these steps never thinking I'd be moving on to a narrowboat back in 2015. So, as he nearly trips up. Hello, Trish. There you go. Down the other side. Private moorings down here. Through that gate down there. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Locked it.
You were saying? Ah, that healthy competitiveness between husband and wife. How many times have I gone through that gate? Here we are. Oh yeah, nice. Boat in lot.
Got your old clothes, haven't you?
So we've been in to see Steve, squared it all away for tomorrow morning. And we're going to go in about 8:30 in the morning, allegedly. And then we'll be up on blocks over there, probably on the left hand side, maybe the right. If I remember rightly, coming in here, this is a private area, but you are allowed to come in to obviously make arrangements. There was just here a tap. There, look.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not sure about the electrical hookup. But yeah. All the tools of the trade, everything we need here. Ah, here's the electrical setup. There you go, look, Trish, I still think it's a coin meter. There, look.
I'll have to get some
I think it's a coin meter.
Yeah, I've got
But there might already be some on when we hook up, so.
I've got keep the cell on as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've got £3 coins, but I've got 10 as well. But I need it.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Used to be a big wood store here.
Yeah.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
So, nice one. Great. I think there's a grave down here.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah, I think. He's burying here. Look, the plaquet's there, look.
There it is, look.
Yeah. That was his dog, wasn't it?
That was his dog. 2017, Trish.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2016 was the first time we came down here.
They're not in there. That's the chandeliers up there, look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at all the... It's a chandlery shop. Look, Johnson's Chandlery. So we'll be paying that a visit as well when we're down here. Oh, on Facebook as well. I'll take a look at that. Brilliant. The loft. Great.
Johnson's Engineering Solutions Limited, look.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's great. That's all good stuff then. Yeah. Away we go. A lot of history here. A lot of history. And beautiful. What a day. Wow. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Our country's absolutely gorgeous when it's like this. You wouldn't want to go abroad. You wouldn't want to go anywhere.
Did you get your boat in? You've got a nice mooring.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at that, it's meant for us.
It's all good. Trent Lock Visitor Moorings. Boat EB. Poised to go into Mills's Dockyard. Those of you unfamiliar or here for the first time with life on board will come to appreciate by watching these videos what it's like to truly be a boater. One of the remarkable things for me is how it breaks routine. But I had already worked out where I was going to train when I was down here. This CRT area where they lay down materials is ideally suited for my 3-minute bouts of skipping with rest in between of 5 sets. I absolutely love it. No, I think they're at the end of the bed, aren't they? And with all that being said, it's time to head off down to Mills's Dockyard. It's nice to be energised. And just as important as it is to get your day started with a little bit of fitness, it's also very important to make sure that you hydrate properly before you do so. How is she? Well, that's good news. Yeah. Yeah, when he was talking facts and figures and talking about, you know, investments and, you know, his
got still stuff on the boat.
Morning. Is socially and financially and everything else aware, you know,
Yeah.
which is, you know, in this day and age you've got to be, I suppose.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a young person with aspirations.
Well, that's how it would be. You'd get the boat in there, look, would you?
It may have to be dredged for you.
Through the bottom.
Here you go, Chip, trace up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Walking on the lily pads,
Yeah.
look. The baby, look, finding its feet. Oh, look at them. Oh, 3 of them, look.
Yeah, 2 things, no one of those, so... They have to ball of fluff, don't they? You'll warm for the sun, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, one's gone in. I think we're next then, Nige. He's in, look, we're going next to him, look.
Okay.
So the one was already in dry dock. It's a shame, isn't it? Abandoned, look.
I don't remember that being as bad as that.
Nobody's living in it right now. Yeah, there's still a lot of people waiting for going in. See him on the end.
And well, our association with Mills's Dockyard goes right back to 2016, and this is when we were undercover just in advance of where we are right now. And Steve just like edging me on with the pressure washer. Brilliant fun.
Hey Steve, how's Phil doing? Do you see much of Phil now?
Phil over there?
Is he still there? Is he?
Oh yeah, still.
Yeah.
He's all right. He's still working.
Is he?
Yeah, he's had his hips done, I think.
Oh,
Was there? Yeah, because he wasn't well, was there?
No, done his hips, I think.
I'm still thrashing my hips.
Well, you still running and all
My
that?
original stuff.
is,
yeah,
yeah.
still.
You still look good anyway.
I've got my problems, but you know. It's,
tandem muscular.
It's life, innit? Do you know what
It
I
is.
mean?
Old age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is. Yeah.
My back's completely gone. My neck's gone. My knee's gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
we keep going, dog, don't we?
You've got
yeah,
it.
we do.
That's our
Keep
Levi
going.
now, that one.
We didn't have him last time we came.
What's your name?
Levi.
Levi.
I know. Trish was worried I was going to step into that. Yeah. Yeah, there's no damage to it, Trish.
Yeah, no damage. I talk about the bottom of the boat as being the roof. Most boaters do, and that's the way you should treat it. For one reason or another, we decided to move our boat within the marina where we stay at long term, and we got stuck. Long story short, we thought we'd damaged the bottom of the boat, but it turns out that everything is fine. And as the guys in the dry dock were already geared up, Steve as well, we just let them do the pressure washing chores this time.
Steve said it flooded from that way.
Whilst Trish and I talk about past experiences at flooding around the Erewash Canal. It seems as if there's been flooding every year for the last 5 years. But it wouldn't stop me long-term mooring down here, I can assure you of that. It was, I believe, back in 2020 that one boat during the flooding ended up on the towpath and had to be hoisted back in. I had nothing to do with that rail being there, by the way. I'd like to make sure I get that perfectly clear before I do anything or go any further. So this is where you'd expect to find any rust in here, where it sits between the water and the draft obviously sits below the water. And we've already had an assessment, and there's nothing, there's no rusting at all. You can see where it's pitted, look, here, but there's no actual rusting. So the boat is pre-2005, which means it's good steel. Manufactured in Huddersfield, 2001. So
No, what it's saying is that, you know, like HM came the first time when they put 6 square, the damage bits to do that, and you paint that bit.
a little bit of pitting there, but just all I've got to do is get the wire brush on that and just scrape that back, and not worried about that because that sits above the water. Just there, look, just a little bit. But yeah, other than that, that looks pretty solid. Oh yeah. Just around here, but you've got constant water coming out of there. So, but yeah, now she's looking good. Oh dear, canal rash. That's the old colour look underneath, look. There. Horrible blue. Yeah. And need new anodes at the front. That one's gone. That was put on in 2017. So bow thruster's looking alright. Don't really use that, to be honest. Yeah, that's it. Happy days. Well, we certainly hope that you've enjoyed this edition of The Gentle Life. Currently, I'm editing next week's video, and videos going forward drop every Sunday at 7 AM weekly. Liking what you're seeing on the channel? Levi would like to know by leaving a comment down below. Other than that, liking, sharing and hitting the notification bell for future videos as they arrive on the channel is absolutely free, and subscribing to the channel is even freer. Commenting below and hitting the subscribe button really pushes the channel out there. We're very grateful for that. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.